I remember the smell of smoke before I ever knew what fire could do. It clung to my hands like something I thought I could wash away. We ran through nights that had no edges, laughing in shadows we didn't understand. The city felt like a playground of broken glass, and we danced barefoot across it just to feel something real. Streetlights flickered like tire warnings, but we called them invitations instead. Every voice that tried to stop us sounded like fear we refused to inherit. I wore my recklessness like armor, thin and shining under borrowed confidence. Every risk tasted like freedom, every mistake like a story worth telling. But I didn't know that fire doesn't choose its victim. It simply waits for hands that don't know when to pull away. There were ashes under my fingertips long before I saw the flame. Pieces of a life I hadn't lived yet, falling quiet between my hands. I thought I was untouchable, a ghost walking through consequence. But even ghosts leave something behind when they pass through the dark. My friends were kings of borrowed kingdoms, crowns made from borrowed nights. We built empires out of nothing and called it something worth believing. The future stood at a distance, watching like a patient witness. It didn't try to stop us, it simply kept the score. And somewhere beneath the laughter, there was a silence I refused to hear. The quiet voice of something breaking before it even began. Still there were ashes under my fingertips, soft and gray like forgotten truth. And every step I took into the darkness felt like proof that I was alive. But fire doesn't need permission, it only needs time. And I had more than enough of that.
It didn't happen like thunder, no broken sky, no warning cry. Just one quiet evening, leaning gently into another. And somewhere in that fading light, a door opened without a sound. I remember the hallway, smelled of old tobacco, rainwater, leather, and something unnamed. The kind of air that clings to your collar long after you've gone back home. Outside, the city was wearing its usual face, streetlights trembling in puddles, buses sighing at the curb, night gathering in the seams of buildings. Nothing looked dangerous, that was the danger. Someone smiled and called my name, like he'd known me longer than he had. A hand on my shoulder, a voice slow enough to sound like trust. There are invitations that arrive dressed as belonging. There are rooms that feel warm, 'cause they are already burning. But I was young enough to mistake attention for fate, and kindness for a road that couldn't possibly turn. It was a door that opened without a sound, the kind no one warns you about. No storm in the distance, no blood on the ground, just a soft beginning of becoming someone else. And I stepped through lightly, thinking I was choosing a night, not understanding I was choosing a shadow that would learn my shape by heart. Inside, laughter moved like smoke, slow and practiced, never fully clean. Men leaned back like they had made peace with parts of themselves I hadn't met yet. Glasses caught the low light, amber and gold like little false suns. Music drifted from another room, as if the walls themselves were keeping secrets. I stood there with my young hunger, empty pockets full of noise, and felt for one dangerous second like the world had finally turned toward me. What is a wrong turn, really, if not a beautiful thing? Arriving before you know what beauty can cost. No one said this is where the river darkens. No one needed to, the current knew its worth. And youth, poor bright animal, always believes it can swim farther than the night. Sometimes I think the first mistake is never the act itself. It's the quiet little belief that you are different from the others, that consequence will pass over your roof and keep moving. Yes, it was the door that opened without a sound, soft as dusk over a tired street. No crash, no siren, just a hinge turning once and a life leaning slightly off its axis. I crossed the threshold with clean hands and careless eyes, and somewhere behind me, the boy I had been grew dimmer in the light. If I close my eyes now, I can still see that doorway, plain as mercy, quiet as regret. And that is how some endings begin.
pockets felt heavy, though I could never quite say with what. Coins, maybe, or something that only pretended to shine. The nights grew louder as I grew quieter. Strange how that balance works. Rooms filled with men who spoke in half-truths and women who smiled like mirrors. Money passed through my hands like sand that glittered under low light. It caught the eye, but never stayed long enough to feel real. I learned quickly how to stand without asking, how to nod without agreeing, how to belong without being known. They call it success in those circles, the weight of cash, the ease of doors opening before your knuckles touch the wood. But every gain felt strangely hollow, like a song played without a melody. I could buy the room a drink and still leave thirstier than I arrived. My name began to travel without me, spoken in corners I hadn't entered yet. And for a while that felt like power. I had gold dust and empty pockets, shining just enough to blind my eyes. Every step I took felt heavier, though I carried nothing I could keep. I thought I was building something lasting, a shape that the world would remember, but all I held was borrowed brightness slipping softly through my hands. We moved through nights like ghosts with purpose, laughing louder than we believed. Tables stacked with promises that never made it past the morning. There's a loneliness that hides inside crowded rooms, the kind that watches from behind your own eyes while your voice keeps speaking. I began to notice it then, that quiet echo between moments, the space where truth waits patiently for the noise to grow tired, and yet I stayed. Of course I stayed, because it's hard to walk away from something that looks like a rival. Harder still to admit you don't know what you've arrived at. So I fill my nights with movement, my silence with distraction, my doubts with another round. I didn't really want what is well, if it never rests in your hands. What is belonging if it disappears when the lights come up? Some questions don't demand answers, they simply follow you until you can't ignore them anymore. Yes, I had gold dust and empty pockets, fading slow beneath the neon glow. Every promise lost its color in the pale light of morning, and somewhere between counting nothing and pretending it was enough, I felt the first quiet fracture in the man I thought I was becoming. dawn, my pockets were lighter again. Or maybe they had always been.
I thought I was drinking the night away, but the night had other plans. It watched me carefully, patient, quiet, like something that knew it would win. Glasses clink like small confessions, amber light trembling in every pore. The room moves slower than my thoughts, or maybe I had finally caught up to it. Smoke curled through the ceiling, like questions no one wanted answered. Laughter came easy in those hours, too easy to belong to anyone. Faces lean close and then disappear, names dissolving before morning came. Every moment felt like something I would never remember clearly, and somehow that felt like freedom. Cards slid across tables like quiet threats, promises folded into every hand. Luck wore a different face each night, but it never stayed long enough to trust. There's a rhythm to losing that sounds almost like winning, until you notice the silence growing heavier between breaths. I stopped counting the hours, stopped noticing the weight of time, because time doesn't argue when you're helping it forget you. Those were the nights that drank me instead, slow and deliberate like a tide. I thought I was empty in the bottle, but something deeper was being emptied inside. Every laugh left a shadow, every touch faded before it began. And the more I tried to lose myself, the less of me there was to find. There were women who moved like reflections, beautiful in ways I couldn't hold. We spoke in fragments and half meanings, sharing warmth that never lasted long. In those dim and borrowed hours, everything felt possible, but nothing felt permanent. And I began to understand that desire can be a quiet kind of hunger that never learns to rest. Mornings came like unfinished sentences, light spilling into rooms that felt too small. The mirror held a version of me I learned not to look at too long. Because there's a moment just before the day fully arrives, when truth stands in the doorway, waiting to be acknowledged. And I kept turning away from it. You don't notice yourself disappearing, not all at once. It happens in pieces, in the things you stop feeling, the things you stop questioning, the things you stop needing, until one day you realize the silence inside you is no longer calm, it's absence. Yes, those were the nights that drank me instead, leaving nothing where something once stood. I chased the illusion of being alive, through moments that misunderstood. And somewhere beneath the music and smoke, beneath the noise I call my escape, a quieter version of myself was slowly losing shape. The bottles were empty by morning, but the night was not finished with me, not yet. Not yet. Yeah. The street was quieter than it had ever been, like the night itself was holding its breath. No warning, no sudden storm, just a shift. You only understand after it's already happened. I remember the pavement still wet from earlier rain, streetlights stretching long across the road. The city felt distant in that moment, like it had stepped back to watch. My footsteps sounded louder than they should have, each one echoing into something final. There are nights that feel like endings before you know what's ending. And somehow I think I knew. Then came the color,
Not loud, not violent, just blue, spilling slowly across the quiet street, painting everything colder than before. Reflections broke across the puddles, shifting with every movement behind me. The kind of light that doesn't ask questions, because it already has the answers. I didn't run, there was nowhere left in me to go. Those blue lights on a quiet street didn't shout, didn't chase, they simply arrived. And in their calm, unwavering presence, something inside me finally gave in. Not fear, not even regret, just the heavy understanding that the road had led exactly here. Hands raised slowly into borrowed air, a gesture I had seen too many times from the other side of distance. The night washed without judgment, windows dark, curtains still. No audience for this moment, just me and the shape of consequence. A voice spoke behind me, steady, measured, but the words felt far away, like they belonged to someone else's story that I had somehow stepped into. Cold metal found my wrist with a kind of quiet certainty, not anger, not force, just finality. And in that small, irreversible sound of something locking into place, I felt the weight of every step that had brought me there. Not all at once, but enough to know there would be no turning back. There are moments in a man's life where everything becomes still, not because the world stops, but because the illusion finally does. And in that stillness, you see the road clearly. For the first time. Yes, those blue lights on a quiet street shone steady against the dark. Not cruel, not sudden, just patient enough to wait for me. And I stood there between what I had been and what I could no longer pretend to be, held in a silence that felt more honest than anything before. The car door closed like the end of a sentence, soft, deliberate, complete. And as the street faded behind me, I realized something I had avoided for years. The night had not betrayed me, it had only followed me until I was ready to stop. Time sounds different in a room with no horizon. Not louder, just longer, like each second stretches to see if you'll break before it does. Concrete holds a kind of memory, cold and patient beneath the skin. It doesn't ask who you were outside it only listens to who you are within. The walls don't move, the light doesn't change much. Days arrive without ceremony and leave without being noticed. There are no roads here to follow, no corners to turn away from thought. Just the slow unfolding of silence into something you cannot ignore. I counted time at first, lines in my head, marks I never made. Mornings, nights, numbers stacked together like something I could still control. But time here doesn't belong to you. It moves like water behind glass, visible, steady, untouched by your reaching hand. And somewhere between counting and forgetting, I stopped asking what day it was, because every day carried the same weight, and that way was me. These concrete walls and passing time don't shout, don't strike, don't accuse. They simply stay long enough for you to face what you once refused. No noise to hide behind, no night to disappear inside. Just the quiet pressure of being with nowhere left to hide. There's a sound of stillness when it lasts longer, a low hum beneath your thoughts, like something waiting to be heard. At first I tried to outthink it, to fill the space with old excuses, but silence has a way of answering without using words. And slowly the stories I told myself began to thin, not because they were taken away, but because they couldn't survive the quiet. I began to notice small things, the way light shifted across the floor, the rhythm of footsteps beyond the door, the weight of breath inside my chest. Strange how a man can live for years without ever really seeing himself, until there's nothing else left to look at. The mirror here isn't made of glass, it's made of time, and the things you can no longer avoid. You think punishment is noise, something sharp, something immediate, but the deepest kind is slow. It doesn't take anything from you, it leaves you alone with everything. Yes, these concrete walls and passing time taught me a language I never learned before, not of regret, but of recognition. And somewhere between who I was and who I could no longer deny, I felt the first quiet shift towards something I didn't yet understand. Time kept moving, whether I did or not. And for the first time in my life, I stayed. There's a kind of truth that doesn't arrive all at once. It gathers quietly until there's no room left for anything else. I used to carry explanations like they were shields, carefully chosen words, soft enough to bend reality. I didn't mean it, it wasn't like that. I had no choice. Strange how easy it is to believe your own voice when no one interrupts. But silence has a different patience. It doesn't argue, it waits. And one by one, those explanations began to fall away. Not torn, not broken, just no longer needed. Because beneath them, there was something simpler, something I had always known, but never named. I saw the man I could no longer pretend to be, standing where all my stories ended. No shadows left to hide inside, no distance left to defend me. Not a villain, not a victim, just a man who had chosen every step. There was no anger in that moment, no dramatic collapse of the world, just a quiet kind of clarity that felt heavier than regret. Like looking into still water and seeing your reflection without the ripples you used to blame, and realizing it had always been that clear. I thought truth would feel like punishment, something sharp, something final. But it came like a weight that had always been there. I just hadn't stopped long enough to feel it. And once you feel it, you can't unknow it. Once you see clearly, you can't go back to guessing. There are no witnesses to the moment a man stops lying to himself. No applause, no forgiveness waiting on the other side. Just the quiet understanding that from here on, every step will be different. Yes, I saw the man I could no longer pretend to be, not through judgment, but through stillness. And in that stillness there was no escape, only a choice. Not about who I had been, but about who I would allow myself to become. The silence didn't ask anything from me, it simply stayed. And for the first time, I didn't turn away.
There are names you never say out loud, Not because you've forgotten them, but because they never really left. She didn't arrive like thunder or leave like something broken. She was always there. Quiet as a morning light through a window no one noticed. Back when my world was still unfinished, when I didn't know what I was holding, she stood beside like something steady I didn't yet understand. We spoke in small, ordinary moments, shared laughter, passing glances, things that never felt important enough to remember. And maybe that's why they stay, because truth doesn't always announce itself. Sometimes it just lingers until you're ready to see it. She was the name I never said out loud, but it echoed through everything I became. Not in words, not in promises, but in the quiet space where something real remained. And all the nights I thought I was alone were never truly empty, because somewhere beneath the noise she was still there. I walked into darker rooms without her, told myself I had chosen something more. But the deeper I went into that life, the more I carried her absence. Not like a wound, more like a missing piece I learned to ignore. Because it's easier to lose something gently than to admit you didn't know its worth. In those long, unmoving days when time stretched too thin to escape, her memory came without warning. Not loud, not demanding, just present, like a familiar voice you don't hear but somehow understand. And I realized something slowly: she had never needed to stay beside me, to remain part of me. Some people don't leave your life, they just move to a quieter place within it. And from there they shape everything without asking to be seen. Yes, she was a name I never said out loud, but the only one that never faded away. While everything else shifted and broke, she stayed exactly the same. Not waiting, not calling me back, just existing in that still, untouched part of myself. I hadn't lost yet, and even now I don't say her name. Because some names aren't meant to be spoken, only remembered in silence.
Get open without ceremony, no music, no meaning attached, just a line between what had been and what came after. And I stepped through it, with nothing in my hand. The air felt different outside, lighter but harder to breathe, like freedom wasn't something you take, but something you learn again. The world moved as if nothing had happened, cars passing, voices in the distance. Time had not waited for me, why would it? And I didn't look for anyone, I had already decided there would be no one to find. There's a certain way a man walks when he has nothing left to claim, not defeated, just emptied of expectation. Step uncertain, not because the ground shifts, but because he no longer knows where he belongs. I remember thinking, this is what starting over feels like. Not hope, just space. And then I saw her standing there anyway, no memory, no calling my name, just a quiet presence that didn't ask to be believed. And in that still moment, the distance of years collapsed without sound. She hadn't changed in the ways that mattered, not to my eyes, not to that part of me I thought I had buried. There was no accusation in her silence, no question waiting to be answered, just a kind of knowing that didn't need to speak. The world kept moving around us, but but something in that space remained untouched. I didn't know what to say, and somehow that felt right. Because some things don't survive language, they exist only in the way two people stand across from each other. After everything has been broken, nothing is demanded. And for the first time in years, I felt something unfamiliar. Not relief, not forgiveness, something quieter. There are people who come back into your life, not to remind you who you were, but to show you who you could still be. Yeah, she stood there anyway. After all the years I disappeared, not to pull me back, not to save me, just to be there when I finally arrived as myself. And in that moment I understood something I hadn't earned, hadn't asked for, but somehow still received. We didn't speak right away, we didn't need to, because sometimes the strongest thing someone can do is simply stay. Morning doesn't arrive like it used to. No noise, no weight pressing on my chest. Just light, soft enough to trust. There's a quiet rhythm to ordinary days, the kind I used to overlook. Coffee cooling by an open window, shadows shifting across the floor. Her voice somewhere in the next room, not calling me, just existing there. And somehow that's enough to make the whole world feel steady. I used to think life had to be louder than this, had to prove something to someone, but now the absence of noise feels like truth. There are still things I carry, echoes of nights that haven't fully faded, memories that don't ask permission before they return. But they don't control the room anymore, they don't take the light with them, they just pass through quietly, like weather I've learned to recognize. And I let them, because forgetting was never the point. This is a life I didn't deserve, but somehow learned to keep. Not given, not earned, just something I chose chose not to lose again. No grand redemption, no perfect design, just a man who finally understands the value of what remains. I don't speak much about the past, not because it's gone, but because it no longer needs a voice. The man I was doesn't disappear, he just stands farther away now, like a shadow at the edge of memory. And sometimes I look back long enough to remember why I keep walking forward. We sit together in the evenings without needing to fill the air. No questions about what could have been, no weight tied to what already was. Just a quiet understanding that some things don't need explanation, they only need presence. And I think that's what peace is. Not the absence of history, but the ability to live beside it without being pulled under. There's no moment where everything is fixed, no single day where the past disappears. Just small steady choices, repeated quietly until they become a life. Yes, this is a life I didn't deserve, but one I've learned to hold with care. Not tightly, not out of fear, but with the kind of respect that comes from almost losing everything. And if there's meaning in all those years, in all the roads I shouldn't have taken, maybe it lives right here in this simple, unremarkable day. The light fades slowly into evening, her hand resting close to mine. Nothing dramatic, nothing loud, just a life I once thought I'd never have.